and welcome to an all-new episode of Super Cool Nerd Show.
What is up? Another week.
Yay! Excitement and noise and rowdy.
Now, before we get started, I choose you, Jason, Cora, and BC.
So I just pop out of a ball and shoot something.
I'm gonna pop out.
Like Biggie Smalls in that South Park episode.
Yep.
The hell?
That is by far one of my favorite
ones.
episodes.
That was awesome. But however, still stuck in the Pokeball and not being used tonight are Mr. Robin Tropey behind the desk and no, just stay in the Pokeball. And then also Professor Chris, he is also there too. Do not stay in the Pokeball. You're in the Pokeball. Later on, because Cora might faint later, we might have to use our intern Ricardo later on in the show. It's a battle. It's gonna happen.
Are you calling me weak?
No, it's because we're talking summer movie flops.
Oh boy.
Okay.
It was disappointing.
Yeah. And
God.
I'm just going based off of the matchup.
We're so unexcited for this summer, man.
I was really excited.
You're
for
a
the
lightning
summer.
Pokemon.
But
I am not.
Going up against
They just kind
a
of. I'm
rock
not gonna say they're.
I'm
We'll get
very
into it.
Pokemon.
we'll get into it. We are definitely getting into it.
Yes, so we'll be getting into that a little bit later. Also, I'll be bringing my review of the hottest game of 2016.
It's a yearly
the very
tradition.
best
WWE
game
2K17.
We shut the fuck up. The best game you ever want to play.
Is it
Madden
Chicken?
NFL 17.
Oh.
It's Madden. It's football. It's Madden season. Nothing else matters.
I can't believe
Anyway.
they came out with another Madden game.
It happens
Again?
every
I
year.
know.
It's the
Don't we have
greatest game
enough?
in the world.
Congratulations, Madden.
It's the best one.
No, I did not see that
So
coming.
good. Anyway, not to bury the lead. We'll show off some video and talk about it more later. But as we always start off every single show, we're going to kick it all off with the real jackass himself, BC, and Super Cool Nerd News.
Super Cool Nerd News, powered by Cinelinx, your one-stop for your news, reviews, editorials, and more. Keep it on Cinelinx.com. We're starting off with Marvel this week. There's no mocap. That's right. According to the Russo brothers, Steve Rogers is no longer Captain America. When talking about the movies, Joe said, "I think him dropping that shield is letting go of the identity. It's him admitting that certainly the identity of Captain America was in conflict with the very personal choice that he was making." What does this mean for our hero Steve Rogers going forward? Are we going to see Nomad? Is that what we're going to get? Will it be answered in Black Panther? Or do we have to wait for Infinity War? We'll have to wait and see. Sticking with Marvel, we have the Captain Marvel director shortlist has been out according to The Hollywood Reporter. Those three candidates are Nikki Caro from Whale Rider, Leslie Linka Glatter, I think that's her name, from Homeland, and Lorraine Scafaria from The Meddler. Although Marvel is in no hurry to make their decision, seeing as Captain Marvel will not be out until Brie Larson dons the costume in March of 2019. In some rather disappointing Marvel news, but pretty cool DC news, Jason's going to be mad about that one, Doug Liman has exited the ill-fated Gambit solo movie. That's right, he is jumping ship from Marvel over to DC from what looks to be a Justice League dark film. Doug Liman, who we can all remember from Edge of Tomorrow, which was an awesome movie. Shut up. It was a great freaking movie. Doug Liman will take over from Guillermo del Toro, who has been rumored to do the Justice League Dark for some time now. A whole bunch of other characters may be coming up. I am most excited to possibly see Constantine and one of my favorites, Swamp Thing. Hell yeah. Nicolas Cage to play Swamp Thing. How you doing?
Swamp ass?
Oh, God.
In the last bit of Fox Marvel news, Wolverine 3 has wrapped production. Hugh Jackman was very ready to chop off his historic chops in an Instagram video declaring that his wife would be very happy. Jackman's final performance of the Wolverine is rumored to be a take on the Old Man Logan storyline. We will have to just wait and see when it hits theaters on March 3rd, 2017. Over at the Edinburgh Television Festival, focus on Optimus Prime going back to Cybertron. Symbols. Well, duh, Prime, isn't that why you left in the first place? However, to fix Cybertron Earth for an artifact that dates back to the Middle Ages.
God damn it!
An artifact that apparently gave Merlin his power. These rumors were reported by Joe Blow and seem to have been confirmed by the BBC, who snapped some photographs of what looks to be a middle-aged war on horseback. Jason is so excited for Transformers 5,
Why the fuck
Last
does everything
Night.
end up on Earth?
That's just Prime.
That is just Prime. Duke Nukem 3D turns 20, and the rumor is that we're getting a 20th anniversary and a re-release. A teaser site featuring a countdown that will reach 0 on September 2nd at 5 p.m. Pacific, the exact time that the Gearbox 2016 PAX panel ends. So, I guess we have something to look forward to in the world of Duke Nukem, which I used to love to play. Real talk. On a very not as cool note, PlayStation is upping their prices for the PlayStation Vita.
PlayStation Plus.
PlayStation Plus, that's right. I couldn't think of the word because I like Xbox.
Shut your mouth.
The 3 months and the 1 year memberships will be jumping in price, while the month-to-month remains at $10. 3 month subscription goes from $18 to $25, and from $50 to $60 for the entire year. When asked, a representative said, "The new prices reflects the current market and conditions that while enabling us to continue providing exceptional value to our members." Sony wrote, "As a member, you will continue to enjoy the benefits of the features and that enabled you to share experiences such as online multiplayer, free games, and exclusive discounts. You will also continue to get exclusive benefits such as online game saving storage and discounts across the PlayStation digital services." Well, I don't really care because I'm on Xbox and I already pay for it, so whatever. Go PlayStation. Jack up those prices. That's your super cool nerd news powered by Cinelinx. Cinelinx.com, your one stop for your news, reviews, editorials, and more. Keep it on Cinelinx. Jason, you love the Transformers news. Why?
Why does every damn artifact just seem to make it to Earth? Like there are no other planets in the solar system. Why can't we find something on Cybertron?
Well, to be fair, this one gave Merlin his power.
You know what I would love about if they took the Transformers movie back to Cybertron? No fucking humans. Okay?
But this one will give Merlin his power.
Why wouldn't you want us to mess with Texas?
I'm gonna kill you.
How else would you say that sword stuck in that stone?
That's
It was thanks to the artifact from Cybertron.
And once again, this movie will make a shit ton of money and it'll be horrible.
Yep.
Already I look at Squeaks. I want Squeaks to die.
Don't forget all the unnecessary explosions.
I just really want some music bed to be going on over us talking right now about Transformers.
I just want...
So give me reason. Keep talking. Come on. It's like in a Transformers movie. It's just going to be right in your face.
Here, look,
The cross is
Jason, here's the problem with them doing it completely in space. How are they going to have a Bud Light commercial?
Product placement. Victoria's Secret, Bud Light, Apple. How many things they shove on that fucking street?
Don't forget Sprite, or was it Mountain Dew?
It was Mountain Dew.
It was Mountain Dew?
Xbox.
All of the robots, Xbox, all the robot, Cadillac.
Well, to be fair, they are cars. So.
Why does everything that comes from the Allspark have to be evil? Why can't we get an Autobot to go like, whoa, what happened? And not want to like murder everything in sight.
Because Jason, what is the first thing you have when you get powers?
You
want to steal, rape, and pillage.
You see,
Oh God!
I don't know about
you see,
rape.
when you get such a surge
Pirates,
of great
bro,
power,
pirates.
True.
that's all you can do is just murder.
No.
With great
That's-
power
no,
comes no
also-
responsibility.
If they didn't do that, they would have no plot.
You know what?
Because that's all they got.
Maybe they'll actually use the Dinobots this time. I bet you they won't.
No.
I bet you So we have those
Not
5
at all.
Dinobots. I mean,
Why would we have that?
They were there for what, 15
Nah, bro,
minutes?
that's their Knights of the Round Table because they're sticking with this King Arthur deal.
Why couldn't the Dinobots talk?
Junkions.
They're the yeah.
Those are the nice.
Whatever,
Oh,
whatever,
God.
dude. Tyrese is back. What up?
Look, I like Epps and what was the other guy's name?
Josh Duhamel.
Josh Duhamel.
I forget his character's name, but yeah.
I like the military guys.
I'm glad
like
they're back.
because they acted like a military unit. I like them.
I just hope the Texas actor with the fake Irish accent does not come back.
Oh yeah, that guy,
What is his
the
deal
BMX dude or something. Yeah.
Why is it necessary for people to have accents in these movies?
And that's my question. You're in Texas. Why are you giving him an Irish accent that he can't do?
And why are you making Mark Wahlberg a Texan? I still don't understand that. That blows my mind.
Anyway,
Look, it made perfect sense. He was a Texan. He worked on the range. He was out of breath like always.
look, we can talk.
Can't understand it. What's happening?
We can talk about reasons that I'm just hating that movie, but
I can use this gun. I've never used it before.
What are you thinking about? What do you think about the Captain Marvel directors?
The short list.
Mm-hmm.
I like where they're going with it, but I'm not getting excited about it because
We have a long time.
It's so
Exactly.
long. It's
They're
a.
all talented directors.
It's not going to even start filming until like 2018 anyway.
I mean, like
so-
we got all hype about Black Panther, but that's probably closer.
That's a lot
That's a lot
closer.
closer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
But Captain Marvel is after Infinity War.
So they've got a lot of time to work.
Yeah,
with. I
they
hope
do.
she's introduced by then.
I think
I
she'll
think
be
she's gonna
introduced
be-
in Infinity War.
No, I think it's post-credit Guardians.
Really?
They wouldn't have announced her this quickly if they didn't already.
He raises
I
a
could
good
see-
point.
I can
That's
see
true.
that.
Yeah. Okay, so there is one point that I need to talk about, and that is, I wrote a note. BC is a noob because he's all about Xbox. Shut
the
there's
mouth.
that.
At least we can get our prices raised.
It was already the same.
I've done the same thing ever since I got it. What up? How you doing?
Yeah,
All right.
prices got raised to your price.
Yeah, we got raised to your prices.
Welcome to the level, bro.
That's not
Welcome to the level.
Not a good
They had
level
to
be.
lower your prices though, or else no one would buy it.
Oh! Hannah with the finisher.
Wait a minute. So it's a bad thing to lower the prices?
No, but no one was gonna buy it.
You know what? Lower the prices.
Cool with an RKO out of nowhere.
But you know what? It makes sense. It should. They should be about the same anyway.
No.
Except
They can make their own prices.
I will say, because of the one thing that Rob is complaining about, the free games that they release are far inferior to the ones that Xbox
They
released.
used to have really good ones, and
I think when they all started doing it, they were all pretty good, but Sony fell off.
This month is WWE 2K16, I believe.
Well, that's for Xbox, yeah. And
Yeah.
they had this month also, I forget whatever it is, one of those sequels to like Dynasty Warriors, which those games are fun. They're just mindless hack and
That's all
slash.
they are, is mindless.
But still, I like getting that free.
Yep.
So
Now, there's another point I want to talk about, and that is Guillermo del Toro and him leaving Justice League Dark. And it's not necessarily
Left
that...
a while back.
Right.
Because he has a new project every day.
Here's my deal about Guillermo del Toro. He always says he's doing a movie,
Yeah.
and then he always backs out and never does the movie. Pacific Rim 2, he's like, guys, I'm working on it.
Well, again,
and then he
that's
didn't
not, that
do it.
one's not his fault.
Yeah.
That one's the studio going, we're not making Pacific Rim 2. And then selling it to a Chinese company. And they're going, hey,
We're making Pacific Rim 2.
gets these
And then now he's like, I've been working on Justice League Dark for so long.
Yeah, but that
And
was
then now he's like
so
gone.
long.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
It's crazy. Like, come on, man, stick with it.
And
Finish a movie.
Doug Liman's a good pickup.
He's
though.
it's a great pick.
Especially be jumping ship from the would-be Gambit movie.
I think that movie
Yeah.
sunk. I guess
I don't think it's sunk.
I
I,
don't
think
want
the
it
thing
to
is they're
sink.
taking it back and they're going, guys, we just made Deadpool for really fucking cheap. Why the hell are we spending $150 million on Gambit?
Because he's the best.
I love that they announced
You don't
him
need to.
at San Diego Comic-Con, and now they're not doing anything with it.
last year.
Yep.
I guess Del Toro's having a little box office interruptus. I'll show myself out.
Yeah.
Yes, good.
I found out, guys, that you can buy the entire, I think it's 1990s, maybe it was the 80s, I don't remember, Swamp Thing series on Amazon
Oh,
for
God, that was
$2.99.
That was a
Really?
guilty pleasure of mine. The
Swamp Ass thing?
The first Swamp Thing movie was okay, but the second had the right amount of like cheese and just
Yes.
bull, where it is a cult
Yes.
classic. And then USA
used
had
to-
the series.
I used to watch, I watched it when it was replayed on Sci-Fi.
Yes.
And so I would watch, it would be The Flash, Swamp Thing, and then RoboCop.
I I am actually, you know what? I'm actually very excited about a Justice League Dark movie, just because
Oh, yeah.
I do like that team makeup, and especially just for that reason too. I want to see Swamp Thing. I want to see Dead Man. I want to see the Demon, because we haven't really had those kind of heroes in the DC universe where we need that extra CGI with like Hulk or even Iron Man or War Machine in the Marvel movies. They require a lot of CGI, even Giant Man now, even Spider-Man really, to get all those effects. So I want to see those characters. I want to see how they translate that on screen, because bulk, I mean, even Demon, he's like bigger than Swamp Thing as far as like bulk and size. But Swamp Thing, I want to see that moving, almost vegetative state on him. I know I bash DC a lot, but I want to see that.
I just hope that it doesn't look like Killer Croc from Suicide
No,
Squad.
he needs
like,
to-
I hope
they need a motion capture.
They
He
really
needs
need
some-
to.
I mean, he's totally organic material.
Yeah.
So that visually, please do that.
I would have been happy if they had motion captured Killer
or just
Croc.
put a couple leaves on Nicolas Cage.
No.
There you go.
Nope. Nope.
How entertaining would that be?
And yes, I do agree. Croc would have been better executed digitally.
Yeah. Now, one piece of news that you didn't cover, we talked about it late after you had already set your news, is that Pokemon Go has seen a downturn of traffic lately.
I think us as players really, you know.
What really? Let's be honest. What are we gonna do? I mean, it had fun. We had fun with it when it first came out. We're like, yes, we are Pokemon trainers now. But then after a while, it just kind of got monotonous.
But honestly, there were 15. Let's put that in perspective. There were 15 million people daily playing that game.
Yes.
Yeah, it makes
You
sense.
can't maintain that.
No.
Yeah, but still, that's a good accomplishment. 15 million people on the planet are playing this game a day.
Yeah.
That's not sustainable.
Well,
it's still doing well, though.
I think it would still be doing well, like even better, and if they would have retained a lot of people, if they hadn't come back and like cut as many things as they did.
Everybody hates
They've been
change.
changing a lot. They changed the fact that you couldn't track anymore. They changed the nests. They changed like
Us cheating on Pokevision.
yeah.
That's why one of the reasons I stopped playing Clash of the Clans, because they started changing the way it operated. I'm like, well, I don't care anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, once you start changing these mobile games, once you start changing them, we're like, I'm done.
See, I like that they changed the nests and hopefully they continue to change them in the future, because that just means that there's chances for everyone to catch these other Pokemon where they don't have nests nearby.
And that is a good feature, you know, rotating the nests and everything. But I still do play. Admittedly, I don't play as much.
I don't either. I mean, I take my dog for a walk, and that's the most steps I ever count. Like, that's about it.
I have found a way to like incorporate it since I've been running a lot more, incorporate it into my running. So I think that helped me get a lot more interest in it. But it wasn't going to maintain at the levels it was. It's still fun to play, and there's still room for improvement. I think if they make some changes, some players might come back. But also, we got to figure out what else happened just
Well, they need to add other stuff like being able to trade. They also need to add stuff like being able to battle your friends.
which they say that's coming.
Yes,
Yeah.
they said both of those things are coming soon.
That's great, and I know that they also said that even new different types of Pokemon are coming too, and that's
Yep,
great.
Gen 2's coming in December, I believe.
I heard it was the fall, but I don't know.
Fall or December. somewhere
So,
there.
you know, those things need to happen for it to get that uptick back, because as of now, it's basically a glorified pedometer. That's about it.
I think the other thing, and I don't know if anybody really touched on this, but what just happened this week? All the kids went back to school.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're not gonna have. I mean, like I said, when it came out, we were going to parks. We're seeing people downtown. Everybody was playing the game.
It's different though, because
And there were a
you
lot of
say
kids.
I still disagree with that, because you're saying that we're talking about daily usage, right? Mm-hmm. You can still turn it on whenever you're going to school. You can turn it on
but
whenever you're walking to school.
But not everyone's doing that. You know what I'm saying? Not everyone's. They're going to go to school. It's the first day back. They're there with their friends, all that stuff. No one's. It's a little
They would
less.
still
daily
play
usage.
Pokemon. They really would still do that.
So the game
It
is-
also.
it-
Oh, sorry. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead, no, go.
I was gonna point out a lot of those kids are in elementary school and they don't have their own phone. They've been playing it on their parents' phone.
They'll take their parents' phone on the ride back home.
If they ride with their parents home, if they do like I did when I was growing up, I took the bus home.
God, the city bus seems like the perfect place to play Pokemon now. I don't. Anyway,
It's not.
still, it is still popular. It's still doing well. Just, I mean, 15 million a day. Really? Did we really think it was going to still stay at that?
Yeah, no, I also still think it's, at the moment, it's a stagnant app. That's my opinion on it right now. That's why I would say that it's kind of.
I would agree that a lot of people have gotten to that point.
Yeah.
In some completely random off the wall news, on this day in 1939, The Wizard of Oz was released in theaters.
Wow.
I just happened to see that pop
Holy
up.
crap!
Happy birthday, Wizard of Oz.
1939?
We're off
Really?
to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. Follow the yellow brick road.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. No, thank you for that
Well,
bit
you
of
got-
trivia.
Well, you can
Random-
drop a house on a heifer and take her shoes. Dorothy was a monster. Seriously, the Wicked Witch of the West was right.
If we had known about this, we would have re-shown that video that we did of us coming back from break with you, and you were lying on my couch, and you were like, you woke up, and you were like, you were there. You were there.
Oh, God damn.
Oh, goddamn, you were there. Like, that little Wizard of Oz tribute we did a while ago.
That was such a beautiful sketch.
Dorothy
Alright.
was a monster.
Dorothy was a monster. All right, so before we continue on and we go over to the flop, who's got bigger, better? Is it bigger flops? Who's got better flops? Is it?
Who's
got the best flops? Got it.
Disappointing box office this summer.
Right, we'll get to that in a second. But before we do, Madden NFL 17 has finally come out. Madden season is upon us, and once again, I will dominate. I will beat everyone here. And I will dominate my leagues.
I'm sorry.
Because that's what happened.
I beat you.
No, you did not.
I scored on you.
You lost.
I scored on you.
You lost.
I scored on you.
That what's that even? Doesn't
Moral
even matter.
victory.
It's a moral victory,
Moral
but it's not an
victory.
actual victory.
Don't you need
Moral
morals
what?
first?
Moral victory. That's
Yeah.
right. How
You
you
would
doing?
beat me
Tag
into
team
the
champ. What's
ground.
up?
And it won't even be a fight.
So, are you my next opponent?
No.
Oh, okay. Just got.
I've never played a Madden game. I don't intend to.
Excellent.
Good for her.
All right.
Might
So,
actually win that way.
But you play Injustice.
oh yeah. Madden
Oh, let me play
NFL
Injustice, yeah.
17 is out, and if any of you played 16, the prior version, it was not really as good at all. So, you know, all the problems that they had in 16 have now changed in 17, and they've taken out unnecessary buttons, unnecessary mechanics. Like they had aggressive catch, run after catch, you know, possession catch, which didn't really contribute to the game at all. Instead, now they've allowed the receiver to do it all themselves. You could control them and, you know, kind of move them around a bit, but at the end of the day, it's very different. So we're showing the video, right?
I'm rolling up right now when you talk.
Okay, so, you know, they've also added other different features, especially in the franchise mode, which is a mode I play a lot of. I play all year round. This is a game I never stop playing. And so they've added, like, several different parts, including practice mode. They've even added, they have a practice team now. They've even added a couple of other different things, like they've enhanced the practice and everything else like that. And so it's a lot of fun. I love it. It's great. But it's hard. That's the thing about this game now. It's challenging. They've changed the kicking mechanics to where you actually kick a field goal or you kick an extra point and you really feel accomplished for it, which is sad because I've missed way more than I've made at this point. And I've probably played about 20 different games and I cannot kick a field goal to save my life. It is hard. But anyway, so you know, a lot of that has changed. It's a lot of fun. You should definitely go pick it up if you are a Madden fan. If you've taken a break from it for a while, this is the game to get. All right? So, guys, check it out. Madden NFL 17 is out right now on Xbox, all their family of devices, and PlayStation, all of theirs as well. Check out our official review, my official review, on Cinelinx.com right now that includes this video, which is also on youtube.com/SCNS Live. All right, so we're back. Cool. All right, so thank you for watching that. Yeah, like I said, go back and watch the actual gameplay because it is myself versus my buddies Kevin and Tyler. They did a 2-on-1 game where they were the Cowboys and I was my boys, the Texans. So now let us get into it. BC, you've had a face on. What's wrong? You okay?
Yeah.
What's wrong?
While you were talking about it,
Yeah.
all we showed was the main menu.
I know.
We didn't show any
Yeah.
footage at all.
At one point,
Absolutely nothing.
At one point, I looked behind Rob to like see what the video was, and I just see Gronk in the start menu,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "We're gonna get to something, right?"
No,
Like,
we didn't get to a single set of the footage.
then really watch the video on youtube.com/SCNS Live and on the Cinelinks review on cinelinks.com/movie reviews or /review/Madden NFL 17. So yeah, great. Thanks, Chris.
You're welcome.
Way to go.
You're welcome.
God, I talked for
I love
nothing.
you too.
That's like the people that tried to make a sequel to Independence Day 2.
No.
That's what that's like.
Wow, that was a nice little segue.
I know!
But people did get to see a nice looking Gronk. That's what they got to see.
Well,
But-
we got to see a nice looking Jeff Goldblum.
That's right. In Independence Day Resurgence.
Such garbage.
That movie, it was pretty, and that's probably about
It wasn't even pretty. It was shot terribly. It was edited terribly. It had no fucking script. That thing was an abomination.
By the way, before we get into it, just want you guys to notice that Cora evolved into a Ricardo. There you go.
Yay!
We caught another Cora, so she'll be back later. All right, so anyway, so
Just kept stuffing Cora candy into her mouth.
so much Cora
Hey,
candy.
this is what Cora becomes into me. Yay!
You know, it's like you have like that cute Pokemon that you really like, and then it evolves into that, and you're just like, really? That's what I fought for. Anyway,
I see why Will Smith ran from this movie.
yeah. You made that joke already.
Did I?
You've made that joke like probably 18 times.
You know what?
Not on camera.
No, it has been on camera.
Welcome
Yeah.
to Earth.
The best, the best part of it was the pictures of Will Smith in the background.
Oh, the portrait
I
in the
remember
White
reading
House?
your review
I
about
have
that.
said
and you
that
put
numerous
yeah,
times.
You put that, yeah.
The best part of that movie was seeing a picture of Will Smith in the background. That's it.
So we're talking about Independence Day Resurgence, and that was one of many sequel flops that happened during the summer this year, summer 2016. But it's not just sequels that had problems; it was reboots as well. There were movies like Ghostbusters, Legend of Tarzan, The BFG, Ben-Hur, that all had problems, and as far as revenue and people actually going to see these movies. So let's talk about it. Why is it that nobody cares to go see these sequels?
I think a big part of it was like we're doing our research earlier. Saw like it looks like they made their money back. Well, that first weekend, yes, but then after that, you saw like 40% drops, 50% drops, 60% drops. 70, 80 when it comes to like BVS and all that. But I think a big part of what was, especially with like Independence Day, was like it was 20 years later.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters, it was what, almost 30 years.
Yeah, give or take.
I mean, TMNT, the first one was okay. This one was.
I think this one was much better.
This one was a little bit better, but no, it's like, well, it's Michael Bay again. You know, it's like, do we want to?
Michael Bay didn't direct that though.
Did he
It's
not?
just his.
He's
it's
just producing.
it's just his company.
And he didn't direct the first one either. It was
No.
just he also.
I know, but people
produced
see
them.
the name Michael Bay and it turns them
I
off.
saw the name Megan Fox and I was like, damn, why do we have her again? I think, and here's a point that was made by our buddy Roy Buckingham.
Yeah.
I love Roy.
Are there too many big budget movies?
And that's a major problem because they're not gunning for our money. They know we're gonna go.
Yeah.
They're gunning for the everyday audience that only goes to see.
They're gunning for your mom.
I didn't want to throw it in there again. They're gunning for my mama. All right, my mama sees maybe 2 films a year. All right, maybe at the most. They want that money, and they're not getting that because there are so many options now. It's not even just confined to summer. We're spreading out to February. Star Wars is taking over December.
That's the other thing. We don't have to wait until the summer for every damn big budget movie.
BVS came out in March. You also had
Deadpool came out in February.
Deadpool came out in February. You also had Civil War came out in May.
That's
That
sort of the
was
summer though.
It's not really the summer. It's May.
I would consider
Yeah.
kicking off the summer, but we're not waiting because
I go off of like legit calendar.
Like June,
July,
1st?
August. Like, come on.
Like mid-May and
it's
over.
no longer this, the big summer. Yeah, like you said, Star Wars came out during Christmas time, which is a Christmas movie, Which, please let Star Wars
Hold up, wait a second. Did you just call Star Wars a Christmas movie?
I said it came out at Christmas time.
Every year, I watch A New Hope on Christmas.
See, that's great.
Star Wars is a Christmas. I get a feel of Christmas from that movie.
When I think of a Christmas movie, I think of Santa Claus.
I'm not saying it so much as a Christmas
maybe even a menorah.
Movie. I'm saying more as a time frame.
But you're like,
who said Medea? Shut the fuck up! You know I hate that.
I know, dude. Hey, dude, you don't need to hide that another Medea movie's coming out. Don't. Hey,
As I said in our chat, the only way a Medea Halloween movie is going to be good is they shoot it Saw style and she dies first. Horribly.
You laugh at them, though, don't you?
Huh?
You laugh at them, though, right? According to South Park, even Even Toby's like, I don't know why I'm laughing. It's not funny.
No, kill him.
So like, wait, what if Medea? What if they do shoot it like Saw style, and Medea is the puppet? I won't play a game.
Okay, moving back to Summer Block. Oh, I hate.
What you doing in my basement?
Tyler Perry, I hate your guts.
See,
Okay, well,
get back to, and it's not just the fact that there's so many of them.
Yeah.
Go back to the original Independence Day. That's not a good movie.
No,
it's just fun to go watch.
Well, and Will Smith kind of made that movie too.
And now look at our blockbusters. Look at Civil War.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It is a well put together, well thought out film.
Yes.
And so now, in Dark Knight, we go to these movies expecting more now.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just put out Tarzan and be like, oh yeah, because he's Tarzan. Yeah, I'll like that.
No.
And I seriously was like, do we need this Tarzan?
It was unnecessary.
I was excited for it because it had.
I was too.
Because it had Christoph Waltz in it.
I hated every moment.
I was excited for it because it had Margot Robbie.
And that too, those two.
That was
I was excited, and then I was like, oh god.
Because you wanted to see the body.
Because Alexander Skarsgård.
Yeah.
All she saw.
Alexander Skarsgård was the reason why they came. But yeah, no, that movie was terrible. And I even heard that Disney's making their own Tarzan movie right now.
Yeah.
Leave Tarzan alone. The 1999 one with Phil Collins doing the music was
dude, that's the best.
awesome. Yes, leave Tarzan alone.
The bad guy got
that
hung.
music, that soundtrack is freaking amazing.
I mean,
whoa, whoa,
the bad guy got
whoa.
his neck broke.
yeah.
What was saying?
Are you talking about the Disney cartoon?
Yeah.
Yes.
My mother would kill me if I did not say no. The only good Tarzan is Johnny Weissmuller.
No.
Okay?
What's wrong?
Johnny Weissmuller, mother. I understand.
Rob, say it.
No.
Has never seen a Tarzan movie.
Wow.
Like, not even the Disney one?
No.
You should at least see the Disney.
Oh, all right. We might be transferring one Cora for Candy. All right. Same. Yeah. We like a more cultured one with a higher CP.
We're gonna have to do it. We're gonna have to do some kind of segment where we introduce ourselves to like virgin movies. Because what was the one that I said I never saw that you were like, how could you not have seen that movie?
Oh, I don't remember. There's a lot.
Anyway.
I saw The Wizard of Oz for the first time like a month ago.
What?
I saw it. I finally seen it, but anyways.
Okay, we're going off board here. Anyway, so your mother would say which one?
Johnny Weiss, the 1932.
Oh.
Tarzan the Ape Man.
Woo.
Johnny Weissmuller.
Okay.
I grew up with certain rules.
Okay.
Elvis is the king. Sean Connery is the only James Bond.
Yes, he is.
And Johnny Weissmuller is Tarzan.
I preach about two of those things. I don't know that last one, but yeah. All right, so but then you also have movies that had higher expectations, like Disney's Alice Through the Looking Glass.
Wow, I was surprised. I mean, this one was just like an afterthought.
It really was, and I mean, you still had a lot of marketing for it,
and I just could not give a fuck.
There was no appeal.
No.
I mean, I saw Through the Looking Glass. I don't know if anyone else here saw it.
I did not. And I didn't care.
I watched it, and I was like, I don't want to tell people to go see this movie. I wasted kind of my time on this.
Go into that one. Compare that to the new Jungle Book movie.
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
true.
wow.
Yeah,
No.
and that was an amazing
Absolutely
movie.
not.
There is no comparison.
You gotta put your money, which is now what, $15 almost to see a movie.
Yeah.
If you're not going by yourself, $30 plus another $30 on popcorn and drinks.
Yep.
So right there,
Which is insane.
Yeah, you're looking
Unless,
at
guys-
$60 to go see Alice Through the Looking Glass, which is
Yeah.
a weak film.
Yeah,
No.
I would hate it. Like, I would probably ask for my money back.
Yeah.
Like, also, you said $30 for popcorn and drinks. Not if you go to Alamo Draft House.
Nope.
No. Cheap plug. All right. He's wearing a hat.
Thank you, yeah.
He's wearing a hat right now.
I work at the Alamo Draft House, so, it's great. Go there.
Okay, so the next one on the list, this is one that surprised me because, once again, there was just no appeal. The BFG.
Oh man, like this is one of those remakes that came out a long time ago off of a children's story. And it's a Steven Spielberg movie, which we can get into a whole other
Which putting
conversation
his
about.
name on something.
He's-
right?
but
That's-
he's lost.
Well,
But
to be
that's
fair,
it.
Steven Spielberg puts his name on everything
Yes,
now.
and it's gotten to the point where like it's kind of lost its appeal.
Yeah, we actually talked about this at work. Like, we're like, it's Steven Spielberg's BFG. I'm like, yeah, but, like, it's been a while since we saw something that was, like, old school Spielberg. Like,
Steven
'cause-
Spielberg put his name on Terra Nova.
Like we'll keep looking at Steven like, okay,
Yeah, he
Yes.
did.
a
Yeah, he
lot of
did.
them now we can look at and go, oh, his name's just on that one. We anything that's not Ready Player One, we're not like, oh, Steven Spielberg anymore.
I'm so ready for that
Yeah,
movie. But
E.T.
It's a great book.
too.
Well, I'm talking about coming.
Oh, coming
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Well,
I mean, last year we had The Bridge of Spies, which was a Spielberg movie, and
that was an Academy Award winning film.
but watching it, it was okay. Like, I was
Yeah.
very surprised about
I
who
know,
won the Oscar.
I
Anyways,
know.
Rocky
I know.
was robbed.
He was
Yes, he was.
robbed.
Rocky was
He
robbed.
But then, BFG was just awful because it was just. I don't know if like maybe Steven had a stroke during it. I don't know, but like he had this idea that I'm going to make a children's movie, and I'm not gonna hold back for those damn adults. Like he put all children stuff. Like it only appealed to children.
But
I'm sitting there
here's
watching,
the
and I'm
deal.
like, this is one big fart joke.
But here's
One
the
big
deal.
fart joke.
As a guy who has two kids who were watching those trailers, they had no interest in going to see it.
True. Yeah.
And that's the problem. Marketing did not make it look like that.
No.
I mean, like, there were other movies, like, of course, they wanted to see Jungle Book. They
Yes.
wanted to see the Angry Birds movie.
Yeah.
Which is
But
good.
when they looked at the BFG stuff, they were just like, my kids had no fucks to give.
Yeah. It's true.
To that, I was like, well, that's a kid's movie I don't have to go see.
But then explain to me why Ice Age Collision Course is such
that
a
one doesn't
colossal
make
failure.
any sense because I like the Ice Age movies.
I think it's because it's like the sixth one.
I stopped
it's
watching
kinda
after
get-
the second one. I'm like, okay.
It's kind of
I'm
getting
out.
like the Land Before Time movies.
Oh.
Except they're going to theaters.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Although that first Land Before Time movies,
so
I mean, so
So
dope.
dope.
So dope.
Okay, now when
Littlefoot,
did-
come on.
But now we're like
when
number
did Ice Age
13.
come out?
month
Which one?
The new one.
The latest one?
about a
Yeah,
month
about
ago.
a month
4 or 5
ago.
weeks.
When was Zootopia?
That was in June.
No, Zootopia. No, there should have been no effect off of Zootopia.
Yeah.
Life of Pets?
That was in July.
Maybe Life. No,
Not
no,
really. Like I
no.
don't
There
think
was no reason. This one
No.
should have made money.
this one came out like I want to say like
Beginning
at the
of-
same time or like it was at the same time as Suicide Squad. I want to say
Week before that, it came out.
the week before it
Yeah.
came out, and Suicide Squad still dominated it the entire time, which is
The people were Ice Aged out. I mean, I stopped watching after the second one.
Mm-hmm.
I quit caring. I was like, okay.
I think maybe I watched the third one. That's just because I have children.
I think I watched the third one because I was giving blood and it was the only thing that was on.
You're trapped.
Yeah, I'm sitting there and I'm just like, I don't want to read. Guess I'll just watch this movie.
I guess the best time to watch it is when you're losing blood and lightheaded.
It's like, you know what? Don't let me stop. Just,
This
just,
is
just drain-
hilarious.
Just drain me.
You're already taking my life.
Now you're taking my soul too.
Carter Blood Care has constantly asked me to come back. Though.
Oh God,
I don't know.
They like your blood.
I love-
Okay,
I'm O negative.
Ice
so.
Age came out on
Oh.
July 13th. Secret Life of Pet came out on July 8th.
Okay, so it did
So
affect
Secret
it.
Life of Pets was robbing them.
But
You know what's-
Secret Life of Pets is original.
Yes.
exactly.
So
And
it-
had more of an appeal to adults now. So now when they're like, okay, I'm going to take my kids to see a movie, I'm going to take them to see Secret Life of Pets.
Yes.
Plus, the trailer for Secret Life of Pets made me want to go see it. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, the poodle headbanging to heavy metal was awesome, and then everything else going on, I was like, I actually want to go see this movie. And I saw Ice Age. I'm like, I don't care about
cares?
They
Ragnarok.
made
Yeah, I
the
don't-
trailer for that appealing. And I think all these other ones, I think that's kind of one of the bigger issues here, is that the trailer for all of these, except for, I'll give an exception to maybe like 2 or 3, weren't really appealing. They didn't really generate a whole lot of like excitement for those movies. And trailers are important.
Yeah.
A well-played and well-edited trailer
Yes.
will make you want to see a
Yes.
movie.
So
And it's been a year of talking animals.
Yes.
All right, we had Kung Fu Panda 3. We had
that bubble's
I
gone.
forgot we had that movie. Wow.
we had Jungle Book.
Yeah.
We had Secret Life of Pets. We had They knew that Finding
still one
Dory
more
was
coming.
still coming.
Yeah.
So
I think there's one that's called like Sing or something like that.
Sing is still coming.
That's coming, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Now, the next one on the list, and I really want to get this one because nobody cared. The marketing for this movie sucked. The trailers sucked. I mean, there were what, maybe 1, 2 trailers out for this movie?
Yeah.
Ben-Hur.
Yeah.
Who gives a crap?
There were a good amount of trailers, and I
Were
saw
there?
every one of them,
Yeah.
and they all looked like garbage.
They really
Maybe it was
did.
like the 1 or 2 I saw, and I said, every time I see this, I'm
And-
not watching it.
I gotta say-
Maybe it's because it was Morgan Freeman
Yes.
in those trailers.
Yes. Every time, like I'm starting out and I'm
Even
watching
if-
this trailer and I'm like, all right, okay, I can kind of
Yeah,
go with this.
Morgan.
And then all of a sudden, Morgan Freeman with dreads comes up and he's just like, well, Ben-Hur, you gotta go back and take care of your family. And you're like, what? Go away, Morgan Freeman.
I treat these
Even the
trailers,
voice of God couldn't save this movie.
Yeah.
I treat these trailers like I treat a Pitbull song. As soon as I hear Mr. Worldwide, I know to turn it off.
What if he says?
Whoa, whoa,
What
whoa.
if he says Mr. 305?
That is your warning to turn off a Pitbull
But
song.
what
when
is
you hear
wrong
the
with
music,
Pitbull?
and then you hear Mr.
I love
that's
me
why
some Pitbull.
That's why he
Listen
tells
to
you at the
everything.
beginning of every song, so you know it's him to turn it off.
but what if-
it's
real
Mr.
talk.
Worldwide? Click.
But what? But, real talk. Is that
That's
why
how
he
I felt
started
about
coming out? And
Ben-Hur.
saying
Hey, Mr.
305?
Worldwide.
That's possibly why.
Yeah.
He's trying to trick me now.
Mr. 305. Ah, dang it.
Who's
When
that?
I lived in San Antonio, my last night in San Antonio, I went to this party, spent 90% of the party sitting out on the patio drinking, debating on what Puerto Rico has given us. And I argued that thank God that Puerto Rico gave us Pitbull and
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
So apparently Puerto Rico hasn't given us much.
So not only was I disappointed in the whole trailers for Ben-Hur, every time I saw them afterwards, I was just like, eh.
Well, see, my problem was I fell off of Ben-Hur once they announced that Christian Bale had backed out of it. Because it was supposed to be Christian Bale, and they
Was it?
follow him up with Jack Houston.
Yeah, I can't really.
Boy, there's some star power for you.
Also, like in that trailer, that dude's beard, totally fake. You could tell from like the moment you saw it, like it was just big and bushy, just like
CGI.
yeah, it was CGI, yeah. And then all of a sudden, like they show it like with him off, like with the beard off, and it's just like, yeah, that was fake. Like I don't know, just to me, like it didn't look real. At
I think
all.
also part of Ben-Hur and a bunch of movies have been coming out. I think it's like we don't need a remake on this. The
No.
original is fine. Don't touch Ben-Hur.
the original was a classic.
Tom
Yeah.
Hiddleston was up for it, too.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well,
I still
that
would not
would've
have
taken
watched-
a different spin on this
It
thing.
would have.
See, and it's just...
It's still Ben-Hur. I would not have
I
watched
don't
it.
argue the remake thing. If you're going to remake something, remake it. That's fine. Because if it sucks, I don't care. I'll go watch the original.
Right.
Whatever. But at the same time, there's some things that you got to look at and go, the audience is not going to want to see that.
No.
You know? And I don't... The way they marketed this, and apparently it has a really... I haven't seen it, but it has a really, like, over-the-head beating you message.
Great.
And I haven't seen it, so I can't tell you. But
I think we forgot the top one.
Well, I'm going back to it. I wanted to end with that one.
Alright, so-
The next one is Neighbors 2. I don't know. Like
It
that
was-
one was.
It had its moments. It was not as good as the original.
it's all right.
The first one
Yeah.
did well, and they were like, "Ooh, let's go ahead and make it." It's that whole, "Oh, let's make a sequel."
But
Because
The girl
Yeah.
from Dope was the best part of it. Having
she?
her in there. She was so good.
Yeah.
Chloe Grace wasn't.
She was good. Chloe Grace was Chloe Grace, and she's a really talented actress. But that girl from I can't remember her damn name now, but she stole the movie. Every scene she's in.
That's awesome. All right.
And also,
so
it was another.
The rest of it was rehashed jokes that were in the trailer.
It was just another reason for Zac Efron to take off his shirt. He's shirtless in almost every single movie he's in.
There's
so-
never not a reason for Zac Efron to take off his shirt.
bro, he knows what's up.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm married. All right. So
I'm not Zach. How you doing?
yeah. Get on with that, brother. All right, so last one I really want to hit and get into is one that we didn't. I mean, some of us kind of expected it might be, but after seeing the movie, we didn't expect it to be. Is Ghostbusters?
This one isn't
Yeah.
fair.
No, you are the biggest Ghostbusters apologist in this room.
I want to say this one isn't fair.
You are. You saw this movie 3 times, and like any problems I had with that movie, you were just like, "No, it's fine. It's a movie. Enjoy it." I'm like, "It didn't make sense in parts," and you're just like, "Nah, it's cool. It makes sense. It's great. It's the
Compared
greatest
to the
movie ever."
first Ghostbusters, though. Come on, let's compare. Let's go ahead and break it down to brass tacks. Compared to the first Ghostbusters movie, this thing was good.
It was a good
Absolutely
movie.
not. Compared to the first one, no. On its own merit, it had moments.
Yes.
I'm not. No, I don't mean to say it's better.
It's
or whatever.
not better than
I
the
think
first.
it could stand next to it, though. Okay.
I think
it could probably be below it.
I
if they
liked
could
it.
have, if they could have maybe made it kind of more of a sequel, to where it
I
was.
would like that.
I would have been okay with that.
You know, I think
yeah.
it would have worked better because their nuances of, hey, let's throw this back and remember this, even though it's not really part of the movie.
I wish
I don't understand why they
that
were
maybe like one of them might have been like a descendant or
Yeah.
something. Like that
Yeah.
would have been okay with.
Why were they so afraid to do that?
I don't know, and I get also Paul Feig really he really defends it and everything he did in it, but you have to admit he was handcuffed. He shines in R-rated comedies.
He does, yeah.
and so he's handcuffed in this PG-13 world.
Yeah.
I don't think Ghostbusters should have had an R rating.
No, not at all.
I mean, honestly, I went to the movie. I enjoyed myself. I saw it twice, and the people that were watching, they were laughing. So, really, this movie's steam going in was really
Yeah.
just being curtailed by, unfortunately, us the fans.
Yeah, and it was. I mean, you even had a couple of debates where you weren't very high on this movie until you saw it.
Yeah, once I saw it, I actually really enjoyed it. And the things that I thought I was going to hate about it, I liked.
Part of it was that the fans, they were so mad about it. Like, don't touch Ghostbusters. Don't make it about this. Why is it all women? Why this and that? And I'm sorry. And but I think that hurt it. I think. And if people just said, you know what, let's just go in there. With a lot of movies, they go in there with no expectations. Like, oh, guess what? It's actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be. And I think that hurt it. And I think just people that didn't give it a chance, they were so gung-ho about hating this movie, it didn't work. And I think that was part of it why they were scared about doing certain things, was like, this movie's already getting a lot of hate. Do we want to keep fanning the flame, or do we just kind of safe? And I think they played it maybe a little bit too safe. Now, all the cameos in that movie were awesome. I loved I liked all the
They were
cameos.
shoehorned in.
Yeah, I thought Bill Murray wasn't a great use for his talent.
Oh my god, that shouldn't have been.
Yeah, I loved the Dan Aykroyd one. I thought that one was a great
I
one.
liked Annie Potts.
Yeah.
I liked just because they put her in, I wasn't expecting. I was like, yes!
And then, Ernie Hudson at the end,
Yeah.
like, I thought that was pretty funny. But it was also predictable.
What, Rob?
Look,
I enjoyed
I'll tell
it.
you right now, most of the people that hated this movie didn't even go to the cinema to see it.
That's the
and
other
Half of y'all
thing.
Yeah.
weren't even born yet. I was in that cinema when that movie came out. Yeah, Ghostbusters was good. I watched it recently before I went to go see the new one. There were a lot of parts of Ghostbusters I was like, you know what? This whole scene could have been cut out. This should have been out of here. But you know what? Everyone loves Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray, all these guys. And I mean, these are guys I watched on SNL.
Yeah.
Most people are like, I watch Ghostbusters. Yeah, but you just sign live with, I watch Ghostbusters.
But these are also people we watched
you
on
honestly
SNL.
Don't really know these guys.
Yeah, and that's the same thing with this one, is that they brought in a lot of people. Pretty much everybody was on SNL except for Melissa McCarthy.
And look, and it was a lot better. It did not deserve the hate it got.
No.
No.
Not
But,
at all.
See, and I'll disagree with Rob on that point. That I think Ghostbusters is a near perfect comedy, the original. Mm-hmm. And then, if you're gonna remake something, it needs to be as good or better. Or why are you remaking it?
But see,
And this one, despite it being better than I thought it would be, was not on that level, in my opinion.
and that's the thing, though. The thing about, is it as good as the original? That's going to be on a lot of people's opinions, and a lot of people that, that love the original, and it's awesome. You want to love the original, cool. But a lot of people that just did not want to give this movie a chance, and I mean, you gave it a chance, and you enjoyed it,
Yeah.
And I mean, to me, it's opinion again. You said like the original one's near perfect comedy. To me, the original one, it's fun. It's not one of my favorite movies of all time, but
and that's one of the things about I say it a lot. All film is subjective.
Yeah.
Especially comedy. So everyone's gonna have a different taste and a different palette for everything. And the problem, and again, like you said, the problem is the people who did not see the movie and hate about it.
Yeah.
There's
That's
only
what I-
one franchise that you can say that you hate without saying, and that's Twilight. You don't have to see Twilight. You
That's
can just
true.
say that you
No,
hate it. That's
he's
okay.
true.
I
And if
read one
anybody,
chapter,
if we're gonna
everything
have
else.
if we're gonna have any hate mail, just think about it. Like, search your feelings. You know it's gonna be true.
and that's the one that I have a problem with, though. People
Twilight?
out there
Yeah,
the
I know.
people
We
that
all
sit
have a
out there
problem
like,
with Twilight.
Oh, I didn't see it because I knew it was going to suck. No, you still aren't right.
No.
You still are not right.
Although you could say that about Gods of Egypt. You didn't have to see
God.
that, and you know you were gonna. It was gonna suck.
You know
I mean,
what?
Come on.
When there's no black people in a movie about Egypt,
There's one. There's one.
Okay.
Chadwick
background?
Boseman.
oh,
Congratulations, you're Donald Trump's poll rating. Yes, Jason with the quip right there. Boom, give me some. Anyway, so yeah, fuck Gods of Egypt. And yes, Twilight.
That was the whole culmination of that. Was
I've
fuck
been waiting
Gods of Egypt.
this whole show to do that joke. Anyway, so like I said, I enjoy Ghostbusters. I'm gonna buy it when it comes out on DVD.
oh yeah.
But we
I'm
slammed
not.
this movie.
I'll tell you, I'm not. Like, it's obviously, Rob. We know you are.
I'm gonna buy you a copy.
You're gonna buy me a copy?
Yes.
Thank you. Happy birthday to me. So, I don't know. Just to me, like, I thought it was okay. Like, I didn't think it was like the greatest movie of the summer or anything like that. Like, I would say it was probably better than Ghostbusters 2. Sure. Yeah, I'll go that far. But like, there were too many things that there was a lot of plot holes in that movie that just didn't make sense. But at the same time, like, I think the resounding hate that movie was getting, the unnecessary, the unwarranted amount of hate, affected that movie's numbers. Now, it almost got to the level of Suicide Squad and Batman v Superman, but the reason why those things got out of it was because of the fact that they're new ideas. They're also superhero movies, and superhero movies are always going to make the money.
And Zach's in the chat board right now.
What's up, Zach?
And
Hey, Zach.
he's saying they only remake the movies because they're going to make money. Well, obviously they didn't, Zach, because Ghostbusters lost Sony $75 million.
Yeah.
Don't tell me they don't make original movies, because there are more original movies being made today than ever in history. The problem is 90% of you dumb fucks don't go watch those original movies.
Hold up, wait a second. Back in the days of like Casablanca and Gone with the Wind and stuff,
Dude, we can make a movie.
like, they were making original movies.
But there's more made today in this year than
But,
any
like,
other year.
Oh,
Every year we make
Well, that's
more and
because-
more original
because
movies.
anybody can shoot a
and
movie.
everyone wants to sit there and say they don't make original movies, but they do. They make lots of them. You just don't go see them. That's the problem. And I'm doing the same thing I'm yelling at Ricardo for. Y'all got my blood boiling, damn it.
Now, I will tell on myself a little bit here because there are things I'm passionate about. I'm clearly passionate about Transformers.
huh?
But when the first
Now
movie
go
came
Bucks.
out, I got a lot of flack. Shut the fuck up. When the first movie
The
came
joke
out,
is dead.
I got a lot of flack
The
because
joke
everybody
is
was like,
dead.
well, Jason's a huge Transformers fan. What did you think of the first movie? I was about to say Ghostbusters. And everybody was like, didn't you hate that movie? No, I did not hate the first one. I kind of hated the second one. But there's been so many iterations of it, I'm willing to accept other good ideas. Like I showed Rob Transformers Prime, which is a well-written cartoon show. Compare that to my original Transformers movie, which I love dearly, but let's face it, it is not a great accomplishment of cinema
No,
by far.
but there's a difference because I think for you loved the Transformers toys to a certain.
I love the cartoon and everything.
Yeah.
I'm passionate about because it is a fandom of mine. And
Yes.
I want to, on that same level that people felt about Ghostbusters. I don't want somebody to keep. I mean, like we were talking, they make the movies because they make money. That doesn't necessarily make them good.
No, it
Because
doesn't.
Transformers: Age of Extinction is a big steaming pile of shit, but it made fucking money.
It's also too long. And it's just so slow.
There's so much wrong with that movie, but still, it made money. So
Yeah.
making money is not my definition of if a movie is good anymore.
No, but it's also
but is it gonna get
to the companies, to the studio? That's how they see whether or not it's good.
And I think it's okay for some movies to become those cult classics. You know that, yeah, this movie, it didn't do so well in the box office, but you know what? I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it afterwards. I'll see it on my shelf. And you know what? I'm gonna watch that.
Yeah.
I think that's perfectly okay these days because, like I said, just because it makes money does not make it good.
I'll attribute this to Divergent, that series.
Oh God!
I mean, you look at the first one. It made money. It was
Boy, it did.
great.
And Hunger Games.
Hunger Games too. Well, Hunger Games was kind of consistent throughout.
They
But like you look
going in.
at the second one, Insurgent. That one made a good amount of money. Yeah, sure. All right. Yeah, we'll continue this series along. And then in comes in Allegiant, and you're just like, oh God, this is atrocious. Why did we make this? And so then,
Whose child wrote this?
yeah, whose child wrote this? But then you look at
so
that.
bad for that girl.
I know, Shailene Woodley. Everything.
She was gonna be Mary Jane.
I know.
I just don't understand.
Zendaya stole it. But
Good for
but
her.
then you look at that, and the company, the studios, looked at those numbers, and none of us expected them to actually turn course, do a 180, and move it to a TV series. Nobody did.
No,
And it was
because
nobody.
Who does that?
You just don't make the movie.
No.
What
And
happened? They never made the third Percy Jackson. Why? 'Cause it
Exactly.
didn't make money. Diverge, like,
Well-
we're gonna put it on TV.
I mean, they went too far from the books on those Percy Jackson movies. They were
Yeah,
bad.
but Alexandra Daddario.
So let's
She's
face it,
great.
there's a serious disconnect with, movies like 50 Shades of Grey, which is going to get a fucking sequel.
Well, there was a
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a sequel to the books.
There's three books.
3 books.
Okay, but there are other movies.
yeah.
There are other books out there that look.
'Cause women.
The Aragorn movie, which I love that book series.
Oh,
did
the
not do
movie.
so well.
Oh, Aragon, man! I wanted that movie to do well.
I enjoyed the book, and I really wanted to
Yeah.
do good. So,
What was that other?
what is this
Avatar?
disconnect between? I mean, we get
Oh,
The
Last
Airbender.
Airbender.
The Last Airbender.
we get movies that it makes money and it is a good movie, but we get bad movies that make money.
That's because everyone goes to see the rush. It's the excitement of the rush to go see it the first opening weekend. That first opening weekend.
Yeah.
Everyone goes sees it and it makes 80 million, and then the next week it drops 60%, makes what, 20 million? That's okay. That's 100 million right there. Oh, look, it made 100 million on a 30 million budget. Let's make the sequel. That's kind of what happened. It's the initial rush of a lot of these movies, and especially like Allegiant, Maze Runner, Twilight, Hunger Games. It's the 10 to 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds. They're going to go see these movies. The parents dropping them off at the movie theater. That way, mom and dad can have some time to themselves. And that's how a lot of these movies, the teen movies, make money. They get the sequels. But with this last Allegiant movie, they just pulled the plug. You know what? Let's just cut our losses, make it a TV show, end it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of studios are going to hopefully take a lot away from this summer.
Have you
Like
s-
what worked and what didn't.
Have you
I
seen
hope a
the?
lot take away from Deadpool. You can make your money on a small budget, and if you make a good movie that people are going to want to see.
You gotta have a great script for it.
Yep. All right. Well, nevertheless, tell us what your thoughts are. Why do you think that nobody's going to see any of these movies? What movie did you like over the summer? What movie did you hate? And you can comment here on this video at youtube.com/SCNS Live. You can also comment on the Discuss app on the Cinelinks channel. So Cinelinks.com.
And Zach, you can come here and put me on my place to my face, son. What's
Oh.
up, son? What's up, son?
You know, we haven't had a served in a while. I'm just
What's up,
saying.
son?
I'm just saying. So,
Cheap plug first.
another reason also another place that you can go to tell us what you think is on Twitter at SCNS Live. Or if you just want to tell us individually what you think, you can find me at Move the Joystick.
You can find me at Jason the X everywhere.
You can find me at Hawks Perch.
You can find me at Rick Alvarez.
And you can find me and the million things I do at The Real Jackass BC. RealJackAssBC.
Do you look at the mirror and
Every
recite that
single
every
night.
Good.
And now for some Bill stuff. If you want to get a Loot Crate and get some money off of it, please go over to lootcrate.com and use our code SCNSLive or lootcrate.com/SCNSLive. Get money off of your crate because we've got the new ones in. We're going to be doing the unboxing very